Welcome back to 10th standard social science class. In the previous classes, we have learned the American War of Independence and French Revolution. Today, we will discuss the remaining part of the first chapter. The first topic is the Latin American Revolution. We can see the lines of Pablo Neruda, a famous Latin American poet. These lines points to the impact of colonial rule on Machu Picchu. The Latin American Revolution was against the domination of Spain and Portugal over Latin American countries. Then we can see how the Spain and Portugal exploited Latin America. That is the impact of colonial rule on Latin America. The Europeans looted the wealth and resources of Latin American countries and even erased their traditional culture. The official language of most of the Latin American countries is Spanish. After colonizing the entire Latin America, the Spanish and the Portuguese propagated their language, religion, and customs there. They built houses and churches in Spanish style. Several schools were established for imparting Spanish system of education. The Spanish farming methods and crops were adopted. New diseases spread from the Europeans to the Latin American people. Racial discrimination towards the people of the colonies was enforced in all walks of life. Let us see which are the discriminations faced by the Latin American people during the colonial period. They took away gold, silver, etc. from the Latin American mines. Never allowed the people of the colonies to engage in trade with the countries other than Spain. The things produced in Spain were not permitted to be produced in the colonies. People had to work in hazardous environment in mines without any safety measures. And last one, enslaved the natives to work in plantations. These are the discriminations faced by the Latin American people during the colonial period. Leaders of liberation. The success of the American War of Independence and the French Revolution inspired the Latin American people to fight against the European domination. One by one, the Latin American colonies were liberated under the leaders like Francisco Miranda, Simon Bolivar, and Jose de San Martin. By 1825, almost all the Latin American colonies became free. The Latin American countries liberated from the colonial rule of the European countries were Mexico, Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, Chile, Bolivia, Brazil, Argentina, etc. So, the Latin American Revolution is over and the next revolution is Russian Revolution. The Russian Revolution. The Russian Revolution was mainly against monarchy and feudalism. We can see the words of one of the characters in the Mother, the novel written by the famous Russian writer Maxim Gorky. The plight of workers and farmers in Russia during the beginning of the 20th century and their aims are reflected in them. Let us understand the circumstances that led to the Russian Revolution. They are farmers and factory workers in Russia led a tragic life under the autocracy of the Tsarist emperors who ruled Russia. Second one, the low agricultural production affected the farmers' income. Moreover, the landless farmers had to pay huge tax. Third one, though Russia was rich in natural resources, their industrial production was meager. It was the foreigners who controlled majority of the industries that existed there. These are the major circumstances that led to Russian Revolution. Then we can see who are the writers and thinkers who are prompted Russian Revolution. Writers like Maxim Gorky, Leo Tolstoy, Ivan Turgenev, and Anton Chekhov depicted the plight of the workers and farmers in their work. The Marxist ideologies formulated by Karl Marx and Frederick Engels stirred the workers. Social Democratic Workers' Party. Marx and Engels called for establishing the supremacy of the workers instead of that by the capitalists. Trade unions were formed to find remedies for the plight of the workers. Based on the Marxist ideologies, the Social Democratic Workers' Party was formed. Later, the Social Democratic Workers' Party was split into the Mensheviks and the Bolsheviks. The main leaders of the Bolsheviks were Lenin and Trotsky. Alexander Kerensky led the Mensheviks. The next topic related to Russian Revolution is Bloody Sunday. What is Bloody Sunday? The crisis reached its worst when Russia was defeated in the Russia-Japan War in 1905. The workers organized a huge march at Petrograd on 9th January 1905 demanding political rights and economic reforms. The march was fired at by the soldiers and hundreds of demonstrators were massacred. This event is known as the Bloody Sunday. After that massacre, the workers' organizations called the Soviets were formed all over Russia to conduct strikes. When the strikes gained massive strength, the emperor was compelled to form a legislative assembly called Duma. The next main topic of Russian Revolution is February Revolution. Ignoring the protest from Duma, Nicholas II, the then Tsar, decided to participate in the First World War that started in 1940. A lot of Russian soldiers were killed in this war. Food shortage became severe by 1917. Thousands of women marched along the streets of Petrograd on 8 March 1917, clamoring for bread. The workers organized protest march in Petrograd. Though the soldiers clashed with the demonstrators in the beginning, later they joined the workers. It was the tragic experience during the First World War that induced them to do so. The workers captured Petrograd and Nicholas II was thrown out of power. A provisional government was formed under Alexander Kerensky, the Menshevik leader. Since the Russian calendar was a few days behind the international calendar, this revolution that took place in March came to be known as the February Revolution. Lenin and a group of Soviets did not approve the provisional government of Alexander Kerensky. They put forward several demands. They are withdraw Russia from the First World War. Second, seize the lands owned by the lords and distribute them among the farmers. And third one, make factories public property, etc. Another topic of Russian Revolution is October Revolution. In October 1917, the Bolsheviks organized an armed rebellion against the provisional government. Kerensky fled from the country and Russia came under the control of the Bolsheviks. This event, through which the Bolsheviks attained power, is known as the October Revolution. After the October Revolution, the Convention of Soviets was held and formed a cabinet under the leadership of Lenin. Then, which are the results of Russian Revolution? Now we can discuss the results of Russian Revolution. Russia withdrew from the First World War, seized out the land and distributed among the peasants, gave importance to the public sector, introduced centralized planning, achieved develops in the field of science, technology and economy. New constitution came to force in 1924. Union of Soviet Socialist Republic was formed by consolidating different Soviet republics, spread the socialist ideas all over the world. These are the results of the Russian Revolution. The Chinese Revolution. In the 20th century, China witnessed revolutions against the foreign rule and monarchy. The colonial powers of Europe and America adopted policies in China different from the ones they had implemented in the colonies of other parts of the world. They were opium trade and open door policy. Let us discuss them detail. Opium trade. Opium is an intoxicant. Chinese silk, tea and earthenware were in great demand all over Europe. China gained huge profit through the export of these items. There was nothing to import to China from Europe. As a result, the European traders suffered a great loss. As a remedy for this loss, the British traders imported opium, an intoxicant, to China. This affected the Chinese trade and its consumption made the Chinese people mentally imbalanced. It resulted in economic and mental subjugation of the Chinese. Another policy to exploit China was open door policy. By the end of the 19th century, several European countries acquired trade privileges in China. America could not acquire the privilege as it was not concerned about China at that time. To acquire the privilege, John Hay, the then State Secretary of the USA, proclaimed the open door policy. As per this policy, America argued for equal rights and opportunities for all countries in Chinese market. China was divided into different regions to be controlled by various countries. The main aim of this policy was to create an opportunity for the USA to interfere in China. You have studied different dynasties in China. One of them is Manchu dynasty. The Manchu dynasty in China favored the foreign interference and domination. Some secret organizations in China revolted against it in 1900. The emblem of these organizations was the boxer's fist. So, this is known as the Boxer Rebellion. Though this rebellion was a failure, it stimulated the revolutions that came up later. Another revolution was led by Dr. Sun Yat-sen. In 1911, another revolution took place under the leadership of Dr. Sun Yat-sen against the Manchu dynasty. This ended monarchy in China. After the revolution, Kuomintang party established a republican government in southern China under the leadership of Sun Yat-sen. He gave importance to ideologies like nationalism, democracy, and socialism. Let us see the China under the administration of Sun Yat-sen. He decided to nullify the unjust treaties signed with the foreign countries and wanted to maintain equality with the Western countries. The Kuomintang party adopted measures for the progress of agriculture and industry. China received assistance from Russia in various fields and the Chinese Communist Party was formed. In the beginning, the Kuomintang and the communists cooperated with each other. But this cooperation was disturbed when Chiang Kai-shek became the head of the republic following the death of Sun Yat-sen. Then we can see the China under the rule of Chiang Kai-shek. Chiang Kai-shek ascertained military autocracy in China. He gave opportunity for foreign powers, including America, to freely interfere in China and did not cooperate with the communists. Coal and iron industries, banking, and foreign trade were all controlled by the foreign countries. The communists protested against this policy of Chiang Kai-shek. They were brutally suppressed. At that time, Mao Zedong rose to the leadership of the Communist Party. Another most important event in the Chinese Revolution was Long March. In 1934, under the leadership of Mao Zedong, a journey started from Jiangxi in South China. The adventurous trip ended at Yan'an in northwestern China. Throughout the journey, they seized out agricultural land and villages from lords and distributed them among the farmers. The journey covered around 12,000 kilometers, so it is known as the Long March. China became the People's Republic of China on 1st October 1949 under the leadership of Mao Zedong.